I think this is meant for 2 people, right?
There's no way.
1, 2.
I often like just lean my head onto this. I think you can absolutely nap on this toilet.
And there are these stairs here. They're a little rickety.
It's definitely not if you are mobility impaired, like this is the highest point. What's up guys, and welcome from Tokyo. We're in the ward of Shinjuku here, and in this video we're going to take you on a tour of our tiny Tokyo apartment. This right here is Shinjuku, believe it or not. One of the most hustling and bustling places. Is just a 5 to 10 minute walk away from here. And I wanted to show you the calmer neighborhoods that Tokyo offers everywhere in between the famous places. And this is just, the vibes are awesome in this neighborhood. It's so calm, it's so quiet. It looks like out of any anime I've ever watched. And I keep saying that about Tokyo. It's amazing. And we're just gonna walk over to the apartment. We booked an apartment on purpose and not a hotel because we wanted the authentic Japanese experience. And we got a very normal, standard Japanese apartment that a lot of people actually live in. And we're just about to turn into this little street here. Check it out, that's where we're staying. In here, just gonna walk down a couple of steps, and it's this brown building here onto our right. This is the building we're staying in. I think there are 6 units in this one. It's 2 stories, ground floor and 1 floor up, and we are on the 1st floor. I'm gonna show you that. Very calm back alley street here, too tight for cars. And then there we go, unlock the door. And this is kind of where it already gets very tight. We had to bring our suitcases up the staircase here, which is small, but it works very well. Come up this way. And here we go, 2 or 3. That is our room.
Welcome to our Tokyo apartment.
All right, so here we are. This is the entrance area. And if you look at it, I'm 6 foot tall and I'm a little wider than the average Japanese person, at least. And they are very clear about no shoes in the apartment. So this little divot here, this little area is like the entrance area. And you're supposed to take your shoes off immediately. And what you see on this side, we already have our washing machine. I don't know if this is luxury or if we just got lucky or if this is normal, but a washing machine inside your apartment is absolutely great. And we've been using that definitely. And there's a little bit of storage space right here. There are some cleaning supplies in there. And you will see that there's very limited storage space in this apartment overall. And if we take a long walk into the kitchen, there we are. We're immediately in the kitchen area. And it's basically here, it's this pantry kitchen style. And what you can see here, there's no real light up there. Actually, there is one, but I think this one doesn't work. And you have a 1 stove gas top. You have the sink here, and this is one of the only 2 mirrors we have in the apartment. I kind of been using that a little bit for like washing room purposes, but it's really hard to see yourself. So if my hair looks funny today, or funnier than normal, then it might be because I have a really hard time seeing myself in this apartment. It comes with a little bit of basic amenities like 2 cups, a pan and stuff, so you can make food here. However, the trash situation is hard, the space is limited, so I think most people eat out and cook very limited small meals at home. Good thing though, there's a microwave right here on top of the fridge. And I think this is basically the standard Japanese equipment that they have. A microwave, kettle, very important, rice cooker, very important. 3 things. If you have those, you can basically survive. And of course, a fridge. The fridge is actually pretty spacious. We have this whole section here. There's not much in there. A little bit of water, a little bit of sake. I don't know who bought that. It also has a freezer section right here. Mainly ice cream in there. And that is basically the kitchen. Also, it's fairly dark, like there's not so much light here. And since we're right across one of the 2 bathrooms, this is a multiple bathroom situation here. Let's just hop in here real quick.
This is the wet room.
So this is the wet room, and it's actually a room that can be fully used to be wetted. So you can take the shower right here where the sink is and these little shelves, and it closes fully like this. Boom. And now I'm in here and it's a little more echoey. And you can shower here, but there's also this bathtub.
It's very deep.
Yeah, but it's not very long. And that's a common thing here as well. I think these are very common in Japan. And to be honest, we just step Yeah, that happens all the time when you're too big and not used to these apartments.
Too big for this place.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think a lot of Japanese people, they always do that in the videos at least. The others are like, yeah, you can bathe like this, I guess. You can crouch down.
It's more for a bathtub. You can soak in there.
Yeah, I don't know if I could fully submerge myself in water here. Would be very hard to do, but at least it's there, and we shower in here, but you can also shower there. Both have a drain.
The nice thing about this whole room is used for drying as well. You can dry your laundry on here, and that ventilation system up there allows for different options. Heating,
Yes.
cooling.
That's true. Ventilation right here. There are actually 4 different options, which I can show you, are controlled from the outside. So here's basically the home smart control system. We have the speaker to the front and the door opener, and then this is actually for that ventilation in the bathroom. So like this, you can dry your clothes and it just warm air comes out of it and dries it if you hang it up right there. Works actually pretty well. We used that a couple of times. There's heating, cooling, and just ventilation, 24-hour slide ventilation. Before we go into the master living west wing of this building, I'm going to show you the toilet, and this one is a good one. So what appears to be like a little closet for like supplies is actually the toilet here, and check it out. This one is really, really tight. This is the toilet room. It does feature the nice Japanese toilet with all the bidet and stuff. However, the problem is the space to the front. If you sit down, you notice when you sit down naturally, your head goes forward a little bit, and I'm already out of line of this door. So when I'm sitting down onto this toilet, it's really hard with my knees here and my face. And I can actually close the door and put my head onto it, and it just barely fits. With the ultra wide angle, just so you have an idea, I'm trying to go into this toilet here, close it up, and then when I sit down, oh, this is so hard to do. This is so hard to do with the door closed. It's a core exercise, and yeah, you basically sit like this. If I come down here at night and I'm on the toilet, I often like just lean my head onto this, and I think you can absolutely nap on this toilet, especially at night. But I think this right now gives you a good idea of the scale of this room. And yeah, my back butt is touching the back there. Oh, let me stand up. Yeah, this is the toilet room. It's amazing. So when Deanna is upstairs or out of range, I often like leave the door a little bit open like this, because this would be the normal seating that I would do on a toilet. As you can see, it's really tight. However, the toilet itself quite nice and very smart. Check it out. We got the bum gun, you can stop it, seat warming and all that stuff. There's also a little fan here to the outside, at least in this small room. But one thing that's very cool, when you flush a Japanese toilet, they have the signs for big and small. I still don't know which one's what, but if you do that, the new water that fills it up comes up here, and you can wash your hands immediately with that water that's later being used to flush the next flush in the toilet. And I think that's a very smart way what they're doing here, so I wanted to show that. So before Deanna goes into detail with the rest of the apartment, I want you to guess in the comments, how many people do you think this apartment is meant for? And at the end, when we showed you everything, we're gonna reveal, and might be surprising, but take your guess right now.
All right, and we'll move on to the living section. As we continue past the kitchen right there, we have a little bit of storage here. So this is where we're putting our suitcases. They're nice and put up for you. However, when we're not making a video, it's just everything is everywhere. There's not a lot of storage, but come in with me. We have the living room here. Look how spacious. You have a, oh God, I'm like a giant. So you have a little couch here. You can sit down. This is your coffee table or your dining room table, depending on what you want to do with it. And I think this is very traditional Japanese. Like oftentimes you can sit on the ground and eat. There's obviously normal tables too with like chairs, but I feel like I love sitting on the ground, so this is totally my thing.
Well, where do you put your legs?
Well, you go like this when you eat, or you can go like this and bring your bowl to your face. That's what I like. Anyways, this is a very tight couch, and it doubles as a bed, but we'll show you that in a minute. We're gonna make our way over here to the closet. We have a nice hanging closet here. You can dry your clothes. You can lay out your clothes for the day. I'm guessing that the wardrobes here are not elaborate because there's not a lot of space. I mean, I think that's nice. You just have a few basics.
And I don't understand. Everybody looks so stylish in Japan. Where do they put their clothes?
Everyone is so stylish. They must have a great styled mix and matching situation, or there's closets hidden somewhere we don't know about. And here's the TV entertainment section. We're not really using the TV. As you can see, it's just where we're laying all of our electronics on. We don't really use the TV when we travel, but it's there. It's like you can watch TV and eat. And then we're making our way over here to the office. We have an office / dining room table. We're using this to put the laptop in. This table does make it smaller, so if you don't want it to take up as much space, you can just put it away when you're not using it. And you have some nice light coming in from the window, but as you can see, you can't fully see out of this.
Yeah.
It has this privacy layer, and we noticed that for a lot of the homes here in Japan because you're so close to your neighbors.
It adds a little bit to this boxy feeling.
Yeah.
If you cannot look further than this, because over here we have the other 2 windows of this apartment, and they also like have the privacy feature.
Yeah, but they do open, so you can get a little airflow, but not all the way.
Let's see the view to the neighbors. There's the street I came in.
And there's the trash.
It's the trash yard down there.
Yeah.
Nice. So you can open it.
You can get a nice breeze in here, you know, air out your laundry, hang it up there. But yeah, this is the office space. So I guess before we go anywhere else, we'll make a bed for you.
Yes.
First off, moving this coffee table out of the way, we're gonna make this into a bed. So it's a little futon thing, this sofa. It turns out into a bed.
Very nice. I literally thought this is a children's couch, but actually folds out.
Folds out. I have no room. Shoot.
It's not folded out.
That's folded
The
out.
headpiece.
Oh, this
Nobody can lie on that.
Aya, Chucky.
There we go.
And this is the bed. When you make it, it's a little bit of a workout, but we've got it. Space here for a bed. I think this is meant for 2 people, right?
There's no way.
1, 2 people.
So obviously we're just renting this apartment for a week, but I think this represents pretty much how a lot of people live in Tokyo, especially where the space is so expensive. And I would assume this is probably a single person's apartment, right? Like a single professional. So.
I would assume, but a lot more people can rent this. However, I think a lot of people rent this for longer term. Like you can rent this specific unit for months at a time, and there are multiple units in here. So I think it's definitely for longer term use. We're just using it for short term. I don't know if Phil and I would survive a year here together. It would be very tight for the both of us.
No, we can't survive a year. However, you might have noticed I'm standing on this nice ladder here. So the highlight, the master bedroom.
The master bedroom.
Please introduce us.
We're gonna make our way up to the master bedroom, and there are these stairs here. They're a little rickety, so if you have to go down in the middle of the night to pee, which I often do, it's a little scary, half asleep. But I'm gonna make my way up here and show you guys where the magic happens. Come on up.
Alrighty.
So this is where the magic happens. We have a pretty decent sized bedroom here, I guess. It's a little slanted because we are on the top floor. It definitely feels like this was made after the fact. I would assume that this entire building used to be a one house, like for one family, but it's been split up into a lot of units as Tokyo has grown. And we have the beds here. They are these nice mattresses, as you can see, which is typical to Japan.
It's not really, like from a German perspective, these are not really mattresses. These are, as you can see, very thin, and as soon as you put a little weight on it, it feels like you're on wooden floor. So not quite what we're used to.
Which you are on a wooden floor right underneath.
I have to say though, I'm sleeping way better than I thought, and I'm sleeping way better than on many of the 2 soft mattresses around the world.
And it's pretty wide. So this is like 120 or like a full size-ish mattress. We have 2 of them here side by side. We had our blankets laid up, and it's not bad. So we put our heads here, but I could also be nice to put your head over here and line up for sleep. How nice is this?
Yes, and nicely, there's light here to control the upper and lower light, and 2 outlets.
So this isn't that bad, although it is a bit toasty as it starts to get warm. I cannot imagine in summertime what this must feel like. There is an aircon unit.
The aircon is right here and we have it running, but it's so much cooler down there than up here.
Yeah, heat rises, so the only airflow you would get is opening this tiny, tiny window here, unlocking it, and you get a nice breeze coming in. It's nicely screened though to keep it from the mosquitoes, which is nice. This is the master bedroom. Very cozy up here, and I think this definitely makes it better than just having that as your only sleeping section down there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's definitely not if you are handicapped or somehow mobility impaired, like this is the highest point. I can barely stand here or crouch here. So it's a little hard, and yeah, the peeing at night comes with a workout built in.
You've got to be fairly flexible, pretty much, to be here.
So the big reveal, how many people did you think this is for? This is listed for up to 6 people.
Yeah.
Meaning 4 people are supposed to sleep up here, and then 2 more
down
on
there.
the tiny child's mattress down there.
It's so funny. On the reviews, there was 2 Dutch guys that were like, this is impossible for 6 people, and Dutch
They were 2, it's like
people
more
are
than
pretty
2 is
tall, I
impossible.
guess, on average. So yeah, I could see how, depending on where you're from, your height, your size, this would be very difficult to fit more than 2-3 people in.
I think it's awesome though that we booked this.
Yeah.
We sleep pretty well. It's very manageable. It's very interesting to see how people live here in Tokyo. But let us know what you think about that. Could you deal with that, or do you need your space?
As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.